times you really do have to look at the person in the mirror and be like, okay, well, I'm not happy with my current situation, but what am I doing that's making it harder to reach my goals? If your goal is to lose weight or your goal is to get fit, for example, are you eating according to those goals? Now, if you're eating out a lot or you're eating fast food or whatever, maybe what you're eating is not exactly aligned to you achieving your goals. It's you can have the goal, but you do have to put in the work to achieve said goal. So you can't be surprised or blame genetics or blame whatever, even though I do think there is a space for that type of conversation, and that does play a role in the rate of the results that you may achieve. But it's not fair to completely say, well, it's hard for me to lose weight because my family's just always been this way. No. Has your family tried everything that they can do to live healthier, to lose weight? Or are your eating habits a result of maybe your income level or ignorance in in better options available? Maybe. I mean, who am I to say what your specific issue is? But I just want to open your mind up to the possibility that you have more control over your life than you think you do. It's important that we recognize when we things are truly out of our control, and when we give the power to someone else, and we give our power to something outside of us, when really we can take control of the situation. So speaking of, food, I mean, I am on a weight loss journey myself, and it's been something I've had to grapple with, just, really confronting my eating habits and what I'm eating that's not really aligned to my goals, and what I am eating that I need to continue eating. Because I'm one of those people that I get sick of things. Like, I'll eat the same thing forever until I get sick of it and then I don't want it anymore. And so I'll have like weeks where I'm like, oh, wow, I feel great. I feel myself slimming down. Everything's going great. And then I'll get sick of the food and go back to eating bad things or things that aren't really aligned to my fitness goals. And even in recognizing that, I do think there's power in recognizing that, because the more you're aware to those things, the more you can kind of intervene and stop yourself from making the same mistakes. So it's important to, one, not only stop blaming things outside of yourself, but just becoming aware to where you yourself play a role in self-sabotaging yourself and self-sabotaging your progress to reaching your goals. And on the topic of blame, I would say, instead of blaming your childhood trauma, undesirable experiences or whatever, insert whatever you're blaming into the blank. But it's important to reflect on the role that you yourself play, and how could you have responded differently? What different choices could you have made? What better choices could you have made? I'm not one to say that everything is your fault, because of course there are things that happen that are completely out of your control. You can't control everything, but I do think it is easier to move forward when you take accountability, take ownership of your role in things, of what you could have done differently, and just confronting you and your whole, yeah, your role in everything. What actions did you take or not take that got you to this position? I think it is important to really focus on that aspect of things, because it does make it easier to move forward when you aren't giving people the power over your life. You're not giving people the control over your life or your ability to make a change or make different choices. So yeah, I do, even if you need to pause the video here just to really reflect on, what are your limiting beliefs? What has been holding you in the past? What does your self-talk sound like? Are you encouraging yourself? Are you a good friend to yourself? Do you encourage yourself? Do you support yourself? Do you trust yourself? Who do you give the responsibility to when it comes to taking accountability for your actions? Are you holding yourself accountable, or are you relying on some external party, some external force to hold you accountable? I think it's important to reflect on that, because really you should be holding yourself accountable. You should be parenting yourself and holding yourself to the standards that you need to hold yourself to. And everybody's standards are going to look different. My standards may be different from someone else may have similar standards to mine, someone else may have higher standards than mine, and that's totally fine. I mean, it's your life to live at the end of the day. And I do believe that it's important to really reflect on, what are you blaming, who are you blaming, what is holding you back, like, what is holding you back? Answer that question. Whether you take a few moments, 30 minutes, an hour to just journal about what is holding you back. What are you avoiding? What are your limiting beliefs? What do you believe about yourself and your capabilities that may or may not be true? Um, yeah, so take the time to, whether it's right now, pause the video right now and take the moment to reflect on that, or you, after you finish the episode, you take the moment to just reflect on everything that we discussed today. Definitely think it's worth reflecting on, what is holding you back. And every so often I do the same. I reflect on what's holding me back. What do I believe? What's stopping me from taking action? What thoughts am I giving into that may be fueling my procrastination or convincing me that I don't need to, record the video, record the podcast, do the homework, whatever it is. What is it? What am I running from? What is enticing me to not do what I want to do, or, take the actions aligned with my goals?